So we have a $4,000 boost to Social Security recipients. But where is that coming from? Is this coming as a monthly payment? Is this coming as a stimulus check? Is this coming as a recurring payment? What is going on? Well, today we're going to discuss that because so many people are asking, what was in President Trump's recent bill? And does it include anything for Social Security? Well, the answer is yes. There is stuff in there for Social Security recipients. One thing in particular that we need to highlight in today's video. But I'm showing you this because we're seeing a lot of articles like this that says Social Security users to get a $4,000 boost in payments. Who is eligible? Well, we're going to discuss that in today's video. I'm going to show you exactly how much you're going to get and where that is coming from. So make sure you stick around and watch this entire video, and I'll explain everything that is going on. But first, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So yes, it is true that in President Trump's one big beautiful bill, there's an additional $4,000 boost. But is this coming as an actual check to you, or how do you get it? Well, this is the article we're referencing. Social Security users to get $4,000 boost in payments. Who is eligible? Here's what you need to know. The Trump administration was finding it rather difficult to get one of his promises in the one big beautiful bill. And we're going to go over that bill in just a second, or the specific section regarding this $4,000 enhancement. But what they were struggling to do is get the elimination of Social Security benefits included into that bill. But why? Because that was one of President Trump's campaign promises. The reason why it was difficult to get that included into the bill is because many lawmakers were very hesitant to pass something that is only going to cause Social Security to become insolvent much sooner. And it's going to, just the longevity of Social Security would be in question if we didn't have the tax revenue from Social Security benefits. Well, let's read this, and I'll show you, and I'll give you the exact numbers in just a second. But look at this right here. It says, enhanced deduction for seniors. That's what we're discussing. It says in general, Section 63F is amended by adding at the end the following new paragraph: bonus additional amount for seniors. In general, in the case of any taxable year beginning after December 31st, 2024 and before January 1st, 2029, the dollar amount in effect under paragraph 1 shall increase by $4,000. Limitations based on modified adjusted gross income. In the case of any taxpayer for any taxable year, the $4,000 amount in subparagraph A shall be reduced but not below zero by 4% of so much of a taxpayer's modified adjusted income as exceeds $7,000 or $175,000 or $150,000 in case of joint return. Now, what does all that mean, right? Does that make sense to anybody? Probably thinking, well, no, it does us no good. Well, here's what you need to understand. Every year, seniors that file taxes, they get a deduction, okay, like a senior deduction. And this deduction goes on top of your normal standard deduction if you're over the age of 65. Well, the Trump administration wants to enhance that by an additional $4,000. Well, I asked ChatGPT to act as a tax professional. This is what I said. I said, act as a tax professional. Recently, the House Ways and Means Committee proposed an enhanced deduction for seniors of $4,000. How would that impact a senior citizen that is making $30,000 per year? Well, we're going to go over that in just a second. What you need to keep in mind is that the average Social Security benefit per month is just under $2,000. It's like $1,995. It's just under $2,000, meaning that the typical person is going to get about $24,000. Okay, decent amount. Well, let's go over what ChatGPT had to say. It says, got it. Okay, all the facts I just gave. Current rules before the new proposal, which we just read, In 2025, the standard deduction for a single filer is $14,600. Seniors over the age of 65 get that additional extra deduction of $1,950. So the standard deduction is $16,550. Okay. Total income $30,000, deduction $16,550, means the taxable amount is $13,450. Okay. Now, again, that's the taxable amount. So I believe up to $10,500 is 10% taxes. So you'd pay additional whatever it is, right? Essentially, you're going to save about 12%. Okay, 12% of $4,000, whatever that is. Okay, I'll pull up my calculator really quick. Should have done that already, but anyway. Okay, $4,000. That 12%, you're saving about $480. Okay, $480 for the year is about what you're saving. You divide that by 12, you save about $40 a month. Okay, that's the current deduction. Now, how do things change under the new proposal? Well, let's go over it. So, the standard deduction $14,000, the boost $1,950, additional $4,000. Standard deduction is $20,000 as opposed of $16,550. Okay, so your taxable income right there is $9,450. Keep in mind, and I'll pull this up so you can see it. The tax brackets for 2025. Okay, just so that you have an idea. Look at this right here. Pull this up so you can see it really quick. You can see it right there. Okay, these are the deductions. Now, let's see. You can kind of see it anyway. So let's say you get right here. This is where you're at, the 10%. Okay, you tax 10%. Okay, let's go over that really quick. Okay, because here we are. That's the amount of money that that's the taxable amount. You're gonna pay 10% of that, which is $945. So essentially, if I pull up the calculator again right here, okay, so we're gonna $9,450. Essentially, it's the extra $4,000, and you're gonna save 10%. So you're gonna save about $400 with the additional enhancement. Okay, so where it was before versus where it is now, again, $400. Okay, now here's where things are really starting to matter. Now, I asked ChatGPT, okay, can you also show me the impact of a married senior couple making $60,000 per year? Absolutely. Current rules, there you go. Total taxable income, actually right here. Taxable income, $27,700 in taxable income. Okay, this is for a couple that's making $60,000 per year, $30,000 each. Okay, because the deductions right here are multiplied by 2. Okay, it's a little bit less, not $1,950, but it's $1,550 multiplied by 2, plus that $4,000 deduction right here if it's enacted, right? Double right there plus double right there. That's where it's big. Okay, so 31 plus you got was that deduction, $11,100. That's your deduction for those boosts being a senior. Okay, so with the old proposal, it's $2,770 or $27,700 is your taxable income. New proposal is $19,700. So it's an $8,000 difference. Keep in mind, okay, and again, let's go back to the tax bracket. Keep in mind right here, okay, if married filing jointly up to $23,000, okay, what were we? Let's go look at this number really quick. We were at $19,700, so we're under that limit there. So that's good. Okay? So $23,800 at 10%. Okay, that again substantial, because if we were over that, so we didn't have that additional $8,000 boost, it would be 12%. Okay? That's how much we'd be paying on the over $23,851 right here. All right? So essentially, let's just say 10%. 10% of $8,000, that's $800. So essentially, we're missing out, or we don't have to pay $800 of taxes because of this $4,000 enhancement. But in the end, and again, I know a lot of people are wondering, well, how much would I have saved if Trump just eliminated Social Security taxes or taxes on Social Security benefits? Well, I also asked ChatGPT that same thing. Okay, and now I don't go into as much detail here, but if you look at it, it says the average beneficiary gets about $20,000, which is fairly close. 85% of that amount would be taxable. Okay, so $17,000. It doesn't include the boost of $1950 here, but let's say it did. So that would actually bring that down. So instead of $17,000, it would be closer to $15,000. And if you go over that number, the $15,000 at 10%, you're saving what? $1,000 or $150, something like that. I think my math's a little bit off there, but based off what ChatGPT is saying right here, this is the amount of money we're roughly saving. It's $2,000. Okay, or no, it's $1,500. Again, my math was off. It not $150, it's $1,500. So essentially, it's being cut in half. Okay, so with the Trump administration coming out and saying that we're going to give you this $4,000 enhancement to your standard deduction, number one, you have to file. Okay. You have to file your taxes in order to get that. If you don't file, then it does you no good. Okay? Now, with that said, the Trump administration knows that they have an issue with Social Security. There's too many people that are collecting benefits. I'm not saying we need to eliminate some of those and make cuts, but people are, and this is something we've known, that baby boomers were eventually going to retire. They're doing that. They're doing exactly what they've been set up to do. Right? Pay into it, retire eventually. They're doing that. As a result, there's more money coming out of Social Security than going in. It's creating an issue. That's why we're going to be insolvent within the next 8 to 9 years. So the Trump administration knows that. So instead of pretty much giving in to Trump's plan or his campaign promise of eliminating Social Security taxes on all benefits, essentially what he's doing is going to give you half of that. So it's an interesting move. I think there's going to be some changes here. Maybe that number goes up. Maybe that number goes down. I don't think it gets eliminated. I think that enhancement is going to stay. But as far as what it looks like and is it set at $4,000, that we just don't know. But what I can tell you right now is at least it's something for Social Security beneficiaries. So as we get more information on this, I promise I will bring you all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. Hopefully that math made sense. I know I'm not no mathematician. I'm not no genius. But I think my numbers did come out fairly well. But let me know. If my numbers are off, correct me down in the comment section below. I'd greatly appreciate it. And again, if you guys know something different, let me know. Because again, these changes that are coming out from Congress and from the Trump administration are happening so quickly, sometimes it's tough to stay on top of them. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.